The story begins in a fast-paced, high-stakes situation. It's a bright morning on Earth, but the sky quickly darkens as an enormous alien armada, made up of sleek, AI-controlled ships, descends from space. Their warships are massive and glowing with advanced technology. The air is thick with the hum of their weapons charging. The camera zooms in on the flagship of the fleet, an intimidating vessel the size of a small city. From it, a series of deadly orbital bombardments fire down onto Earth's cities, turning them to ruins within seconds. Buildings collapse, streets shatter, and the sky fills with smoke and fire. The alien ships glide overhead, almost mocking the planet's helplessness. The scale of destruction is unimaginable. Within minutes, entire cities are reduced to rubble, and Earth seems on the brink of collapse. Humanity's fate appears sealed as the camera captures the chaotic screams of survivors, now scrambling for shelter. Cut to Earth's defense. Back on Earth, the world's remaining military forces are scrambling to respond. We see a dimly lit emergency military command center, filled with tension. Soldiers and officers rush to and fro, their faces grim as they watch the destruction unfold on large screens. In the midst of the chaos stands Captain Ethan Drake, a seasoned, battle-hardened leader, staring at the screen. His expression is tense, eyes narrowed as he processes the overwhelming odds against them. Drake knows they are outmatched. Earth's defense forces are no match for this alien invasion. The advanced technology of the aliens' AI-controlled ships, energy weapons, and shields makes Earth's military seem outdated and ineffective. The air is thick with hopelessness. Everyone knows it's just a matter of time before Earth succumbs to the invaders. But then, just as all seems lost, an unexpected message flashes across the screen. It's an order from the highest military command: prepare the ancient submarines. The words are startling, and an air of disbelief falls over the command center. These submarines were relics of a past era, once the pride of humanity's naval forces, powerful in their time but now outdated. They've been buried beneath the ocean for decades, forgotten by the military, dismissed as obsolete by everyone, including the public. Suspense builds. The camera cuts to a close-up of Captain Drake's face as the realization sinks in. A few of his officers exchange confused glances. These submarines were never meant for something like this. The aliens have weapons that can obliterate entire cities in an instant, and Earth is relying on submarines' old technology that hasn't been used in decades. Can these ancient vessels really make a difference? The mood in the command center shifts to urgency. The order is clear: reactivate the submarines. Time is running out, and they only have 30 minutes to get them operational before the alien fleet's next wave of attacks begins. The atmosphere is heavy with pressure as Captain Drake issues commands to his team. As they prepare to take action, he mutters under his breath, "We may not be able to fight them in the sky, but the ocean is ours." His voice rings with resolve, and there's a hint of something deeper, a belief that even in the face of overwhelming odds, humanity's strength lies in its ability to adapt, fight, and survive. Drake's words are a spark of hope in the face of total annihilation. The crew jumps into action, and the audience feels the rising tension. Will these submarines, relics of a time long past, truly be able to stand up to the alien invaders? Or is Earth's last hope just a desperate, doomed gamble? As the countdown begins, we see flashes of the old submarines being brought out of hiding, massive, silent, and imposing. They were built for stealth, designed to be the ultimate defense of Earth's oceans, and now, they are the only thing standing between humanity and total destruction. The tension builds with every passing second. The audience is left on the edge of their seats, wondering if these submarines can really turn the tide of the war. The scene ends with Captain Drake standing tall, looking out over the horizon, ready for the impossible fight ahead. As the countdown ticks down to the final moments before the submarine launch, the focus shifts to the crew of these ancient vessels. The camera zooms in on a small, dimly lit room deep inside one of the submarines, where a group of soldiers is preparing for what might be their final mission. There is no time for hesitation, they must move fast, or Earth will fall. First, we meet Sergeant Marcus Bonner, a grizzled veteran with a rough exterior. His face is scarred, not just by battle wounds, but by years of war. He is a man who has seen too much, lost too many, and carried the burden of responsibility for others' lives. Bonner has been through hell. His last mission, years ago, resulted in the loss of his entire unit. The faces of his fallen comrades haunt him, and their memories weigh heavily on his mind. He is a man with a personal vendetta against the alien invaders and a deep need to redeem himself. His motivations go beyond the survival of humanity. He is fighting for those who can't fight anymore. Lieutenant Maya Torres is another key member of the crew, and she stands in stark contrast to Bonner. Torres is a brilliant strategist, known for her calm and calculated demeanor in the face of danger. She's younger than Bonner, but her intellect and tactical mind make her one of the best officers Earth has. However, there's a cloud of skepticism hanging over her. She knows Earth's chances of survival against this alien invasion are slim, and the idea of relying on old technology, the submarines, seems like a desperate, almost hopeless move. Torres isn't sure the humans can win this battle, but she's committed to giving her all. She's seen the losses, and yet, her belief in humanity's resilience keeps her in the fight. Then there's tech specialist Jake Hernandez, the youngest member of the crew. Hernandez is a genius with all things technology, a wizard when it comes to machines and electronics. He is full of energy and optimism, always looking for a way to turn the tide in humanity's favor. But unlike his older teammates, Hernandez has never experienced the horrors of war firsthand. He's only seen the aftermath through simulations and stories from veterans like Bonner. Hernandez believes that if they just have the right tools, if they can outsmart the aliens with better technology, they can win. His youthful confidence contrasts with Bonner's world-weary attitude and Torres's skepticism, creating a dynamic mix of hope, doubt, and determination within the crew. Emotional core. As the crew prepares to launch the submarines, the emotional weight of the mission starts to build. Bonner, especially, is struggling with his past. He keeps to himself, his face hard and distant as he works. Every move he makes seems deliberate, as if he's trying to push down the ghosts of his fallen comrades. His hands shake slightly as he inspects the submarine's weapons, a reminder of the pain he carries with him. He doesn't believe he can erase the past, but this fight, this victory, might be his only chance at redemption. For Bonner, this isn't just about protecting Earth, it's about fighting for something more personal. The memories of his old team push him forward, each one urging him to survive, to make sure that no more lives are lost on his watch. Meanwhile, Torres watches Bonner closely. She knows about his past, but she also knows she has to keep him focused. Her own doubt weighs on her. She's a strategist, and from where she stands, this mission seems like a suicide mission. Yet, she can't turn back now. She forces herself to suppress her fear and place her trust in her team. If humanity's survival depends on these ancient submarines, then she has to give it her all, even if she doesn't believe in the odds. Hernandez, on the other hand, exudes youthful energy. He's busy at his station, adjusting the old tech to make sure everything is in working order. He's eager, almost overly confident, that their technology, however old, will be enough to defeat the aliens. For Hernandez, the real enemy isn't just the aliens, it's the nagging fear that humanity might not be ready for this fight. He wants to prove that humans, with their ingenuity and tech, can take down a superior foe. Humans prepare. As the crew works to prepare the submarines for battle, the audience gets a glimpse of their impressive but outdated technology. The subs may be old, but they're still formidable. The camera lingers on the submarine systems, showing just how advanced they were in their prime. The cloaking devices, designed to make the ships invisible to radar, flicker to life. The electromagnetic pulses, capable of disabling enemy electronics, hum with power. The torpedoes, though aged, are armed with deadly force, able to pierce even the most advanced alien shields. But the greatest strength of these submarines lies not in their weaponry or technology, it's in their stealth. Decades of training have made these submarines perfect at maneuvering through the water unnoticed. They're designed to be ghosts of the ocean, silent and deadly, able to strike when least expected. And now, in a twist of fate, these ancient vessels are humanity's last hope. The team gathers in the control room, their faces set with determination. The countdown continues. Despite their doubts, despite their fears, they're ready. The fate of Earth rests in their hands. The alien fleet hovers ominously above Earth's oceans, secure in their belief that humanity is on the brink of extinction. The alien commanders, confident in their superior technology, prepare to issue the final orders for Earth's surrender. Their warships, massive and invincible looking, move in perfect formation as they prepare for their victory. They've already obliterated cities, wiped out Earth's defenses in space, and now only a final strike is needed to finish the job. However, their arrogance blinds them to one critical factor. A faint blip appears on the edge of their radar. The alien fleet's scanners momentarily catch a signal coming from the ocean below. It's weak, barely perceptible, just a ripple in the water. The aliens immediately dismiss it. It must be a glitch, an anomaly, or maybe some old tech they haven't bothered to track. After all, the idea of humans still having viable submarines seems laughable. Surely, the technology humanity has left is far too outdated to pose any real threat. The fleet's commanders scoff at the idea, underestimating the strength hidden beneath the surface. But they couldn't be more wrong. Stealth attack, Captain Drake, standing on the bridge of one of the reactivated submarines, watches the alien ships from the depths below. His fingers grip the controls tightly, his face a mask of focus and determination. The crew is ready, and their plan is in motion. The ancient submarines, now equipped with cloaking devices, slip through the water like ghosts, completely undetected by the alien fleet. Drake gives the signal, and the silence is broken. In an instant, the crew releases a barrage of torpedoes, silent, powerful, and deadly. The alien ships are completely unaware, until it's too late. The first few ships erupt into massive explosions, their shields no match for the devastating power of the torpedoes. The alien fleet's disbelief is palpable as they scramble to respond, but their ships are already sinking into the depths, obliterated without even a single shot being fired in return. The aliens are stunned by the sudden onslaught. There's a moment of confusion in the alien ranks. Their advanced AI systems begin processing the unexpected attack, trying to make sense of the human retaliation. How could Earth's forces, armed with obsolete technology, inflict so much damage? The chaos ripples through their ranks as the humans' unexpected strength rattles them. The aliens' arrogance has finally met a force they couldn't ignore. Close quarters combat, but the aliens are not easily defeated. They quickly begin to adapt, recognizing that the human submarines are not as weak and outdated as they first thought. The battle shifts from a one-sided ambush to an all-out underwater melee. The alien fleet, now aware of the human threat, begins to reorganize. Their ships, faster, larger, and better equipped than the submarines, start to move in, deploying underwater missiles and countering with their own weapons. This is where the true strength of the human submarines comes into play. The old vessels, despite their outdated technology, are far more agile than the bulky alien warships. The crew of Captain Drake's submarine uses this to their advantage, weaving in and out of the alien ship's range. They are faster, more maneuverable, and use the ocean's darkness and depth to stay one step ahead. The underwater battle is intense. Torpedoes streak through the water, narrowly missing their targets. Explosions rock the seafloor as alien missiles detonate, sending shockwaves through the water. The tension is high, and every moment counts. The human submarines engage in daring, close-quarter attacks, dodging incoming fire and launching counterattacks at the aliens' vulnerable spots. With each hit, they damage alien ships, forcing them into disarray. Captain Drake and his crew display remarkable skill, using the submarine's superior maneuverability to outsmart the aliens. They know the ocean like the back of their hands, every current, every reef, every twist and turn. They use these natural advantages to stay hidden, slipping in for surprise attacks and then vanishing again into the shadows of the deep sea. The alien ships, slower and bulkier, struggle to keep up. For the crew, every move is calculated, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Bonner, the emotionally scarred veteran, is now fully immersed in the fight. The memory of his lost unit fuels his every action as he commands the crew with precision. His eyes burn with determination as he takes every shot, every strike personally. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Maya Torres coordinates their tactics, quickly assessing the evolving alien movements and adjusting their strategy on the fly. She's skeptical, but she can't deny that they're making a dent in the alien fleet. Jake Hernandez, the tech specialist, is in his element. Despite the old technology, he manages to hack into the alien ship's communication systems, disrupting their signals and creating confusion among the fleet. This allows the submarines to launch even more devastating attacks, using the element of surprise to their advantage. Hernandez's skill with technology has become their secret weapon. The fight continues to escalate. The tension rises as both sides become locked in a deadly game of cat and mouse beneath the ocean's surface. Each torpedo, each missile, each close encounter brings them closer to either victory or total destruction. As the battle rages on, the crew of the human submarines continues to outmaneuver the alien fleet. But not everyone is prepared for what's to come. Sergeant Marcus Bonner, a man with a deep personal history of loss, finds himself facing an impossible challenge. In the midst of the chaos, Bonner is ordered to take on a massive alien warship alone, one of the largest and most heavily armed ships in the alien fleet. The pressure is overwhelming, but Bonner doesn't hesitate. As he silently approaches the warship, memories of his fallen comrades flood his mind. The faces of his old team, the men and women he couldn't save in the previous war, flash before his eyes. Their deaths have haunted him for years, and now, he's about to face the possibility of losing more. He knows that, if he fails, not only will this mission fail, but so many lives will be lost. The weight of responsibility is crushing, but Bonner channels that grief into raw determination. He remembers the lessons of his past, the old-school tactics that made him a survivor in battles long gone. Bonner moves the submarine with precision, staying hidden in the shadows of the deep ocean, biding his time. When the moment comes, he strikes without hesitation. He takes down the alien warship using a combination of stealth, careful planning, and sheer force of will. The alien warship crumbles under the power of his attack, sinking beneath the ocean's surface in a ball of fire and debris. In that moment, Bonner doesn't feel victory. He feels something more complex and aching redemption. He's paid the price for his past mistakes, but this victory is a small step toward absolution. As the warship sinks, Bonner allows himself a brief moment of peace, knowing that, for once, he was able to protect those who depended on him. But he also knows that the fight is far from over. The loss of comrades in battle never truly fades, and in the back of his mind, he wonders if this will be the fight that finally ends it all. Sacrifice. As the battle intensifies, the situation grows increasingly dire. The alien fleet, though taken by surprise, begins to adapt and retaliate with even more force. The human submarines are still maneuvering with agility, but the alien warships are relentless. With each passing minute, the odds against the crew grow higher. Tensions rise in the control rooms as Captain Drake and his team work furiously to stay one step ahead. In the midst of this, Lieutenant Maya Torres, the brilliant strategist, faces a decision that will change everything. The alien fleet is closing in, and the submarines are vulnerable. The next wave of alien missiles will surely destroy their ship if they don't act fast. Torres analyzes the situation in a split second and realizes that the only way to save the crew is to overload the submarine's electromagnetic pulse system. It's a risky move, one that will disable their shields and weapons, but it could destroy the alien missiles and buy the crew valuable time. Without hesitation, Torres makes the call. She takes control of the system herself, overloading it manually, knowing full well that the process will put her in harm's way. As the pulse surges through the submarine, she is exposed to the raw energy, and the shockwave knocks her unconscious. The system overloads, but Torres does not survive the blast. The crew is stunned by her sacrifice. For a brief moment, time seems to stand still as the weight of her loss settles over them. Captain Drake is devastated, but he knows what needs to be done. Torres's final act wasn't just a strategy, it was a testament to her belief in the mission and her unwavering commitment to the crew. Her sacrifice saved them all. The crew's response. The loss of Lieutenant Torres hits the crew hard. She was the heart of their strategy, a calm voice of reason in the chaos. Her absence leaves a hole that no one can fill. Bonner feels it too, especially because, in many ways, Torres's decision mirrored the sacrifices of his own fallen comrades. She gave everything to protect her team, and in doing so, cemented her place as a hero. The crew rallies around Torres's memory. They channel their grief into a single unifying force, a determination to see this battle through to the end. Bonner, who once felt the weight of failure, now feels the weight of duty. He owes it to Torres, to all the lives lost, and to humanity itself to finish what they started. He can't afford to lose any more teammates, any more good people, and he won't let Torres's sacrifice be in vain. Drake, Bonner, and Hernandez, each of them is filled with a new sense of purpose. Torres's death, while tragic, has reignited their commitment to the mission. The fight is no longer just about survival, it's about honoring the legacy of those who have given everything for Earth's future. The tension in the control room is palpable, but there's also a renewed strength in the air. They know that the road ahead is fraught with danger, but they also know that they will carry Torres's memory with them into the next phase of the battle. And no matter the cost, they will see this through to the end. After hours of intense underwater combat, the alien fleet has been drastically reduced. The human submarines have dealt devastating blows, their ancient technology proving to be more advanced and more deadly than the aliens could have imagined. But now, there is one last threat: the alien flagship. It's the largest, most powerful ship in the alien Armada, and it's heading straight for the remaining human submarines, intent on delivering the final blow. Its massive form looms in the depths of the ocean, a terrifying sight for the weary human crew. This ship, equipped with the best alien weaponry and AI systems, is almost indestructible. It's more than just a symbol of alien power, it represents humanity's last chance to survive. As the flagship descends, the alien commanders believe they are on the brink of victory. Their strategy is simple: destroy the last of humanity's defenses and complete their domination of Earth. The human submarines, battered and running low on resources, are no match for the alien flagship. The crew can only watch helplessly as it moves closer, ready to finish the battle once and for all. The humans' last stand, but Captain Ethan Drake isn't ready to surrender. His mind races, and despite the heavy losses, he refuses to give up. He knows that if the flagship gets too close, the remaining submarines will be wiped out, and humanity's chance of survival will disappear. With his crew battered, broken, and emotionally drained from the losses they've endured, this is the moment where everything must be risked. Prepare for the final strike, Captain Drake orders, his voice steely with determination. He knows this will be their last chance to turn the tide. As the flagship closes in, Drake's crew prepares for one final counterattack. They've already used all of their available weapons, but they still have one more weapon in their arsenal: electromagnetic pulses. The crew launches a series of EMPs, each one designed to disable the advanced alien systems. The pulses slam into the alien flagship, knocking out its shields and temporarily disabling its weapons and AI. For the first time in the entire battle, the flagship becomes vulnerable. The alien AI, once so confident in its superiority, falters. The flagship, no longer protected by its advanced technology, is now a sitting target. The climactic showdown: in this critical moment, Captain Drake knows he has to take action fast. His mind races, calculating the risks and rewards of the next move. It's a gamble, but it's the only option left. Drake orders the crew to accelerate the submarine's speed, heading straight for the flagship with all engines at full power. They will use their superior maneuverability to outsmart the alien ship. The alien flagship, still reeling from the EMPs, struggles to regain control of its systems. It's trying to target the human submarines, but the EMPs have left it vulnerable. This is the moment Captain Drake has been waiting for. He knows the only way to destroy the flagship is to get in close and target its weak points. But it's a dangerous move. The flagship is still massive and heavily armed. With his heart racing, Drake orders the submarine to launch a full assault. The crew follows his commands with precision, using their knowledge of the ocean's depths to maneuver through the water, dodging incoming fire and slipping past the flagship's sensors. As they close in, Drake pushes the submarine into a final, risky move. He orders the crew to detonate the remaining torpedoes and launch them directly at the flagship's underbelly. The alien humiliation: the flagship never sees it coming. In a flurry of explosions, the human submarine unleashes everything it has. The torpedoes explode in rapid succession, hitting the flagship's weak points: its hull, its engines, and its command center. The once indomitable ship begins to break apart, its systems failing in a spectacular, fiery cascade of destruction. In the final moments, the alien flagship, once proud and powerful, is completely destroyed. The ocean is left in eerie silence, save for the distant echoes of the wreckage sinking into the depths. The crew of the human submarine, battered but victorious, watches in disbelief. They've done it. They've taken down the flagship and destroyed the alien armada. Captain Drake, though exhausted, stands tall. The crew erupts into cheers, but he remains focused. This battle may be won, but the war is far from over. The flagship's destruction marks a turning point in the fight for Earth, but it also proves something far more important: humans, no matter how outmatched, can still overcome the odds. The alien fleet, once unbeatable, has been humbled. It's a victory, but it's also a moment of alien humiliation. Their superior technology couldn't save them from the cunning and determination of humanity. Drake looks at his crew, a mixture of pride and sorrow in his eyes. They've lost so much, but they've also proven that no force, no matter how technologically advanced, can ever fully defeat the spirit of humanity. The battle is over. The once feared alien armada, which had seemed unstoppable with its advanced technology and superior firepower, is now a shadow of its former self. Their flagship, the symbol of their dominance, lies destroyed at the bottom of the ocean, and their remaining ships are scattered, damaged beyond repair. The humans' unexpected victory has left the invaders stunned and humiliated. The alien fleet begins to retreat, not with the pride they had once displayed, but in confusion and chaos. Their once perfect coordination now appears broken, their advanced AI systems unable to cope with the relentless human resistance. The remaining alien ships, battered and crippled, begin to turn and retreat into the vastness of space. As they disappear into the depths of the universe, the humans watch, feeling the weight of the battle's cost. The aliens may have been defeated for now, but the victory is bittersweet. Before they leave, the aliens broadcast one final, chilling message to Earth: "This won't be the last time you face us." The words hang in the air like a dark omen, a reminder that the war is far from over. The humans know they have won the day, but the knowledge that the alien invaders could return one day looms over them. They may have driven them back, but the threat is still real. The battle may be won, but the war for Earth's survival is far from finished. Victory's cost: as the alien ships vanish into the distance, the crew of the human submarine stands in silence. The victory is a triumph for humanity, but it comes at an immeasurable cost. The crew has lost many good men and women during this fight. The memory of Lieutenant Maya Torres and others who sacrificed their lives is heavy on their hearts. There are no cheers or celebrations, instead, there is a quiet sense of reflection. Captain Ethan Drake stands with Sergeant Marcus Bonner, both of them staring at the vast ocean before them. Their faces are weary, their eyes filled with the weight of everything they've been through. They have fought for survival, and they've won, but the scars of this battle will remain with them forever. Drake places a hand on Bonner's shoulder, silently acknowledging the loss of their comrades. Bonner, once a man haunted by his past, now stands firm with a quiet resolve. The pain of losing his friends, his team, is still fresh, but there's also a sense of pride in his heart. Humanity has proven its strength and resilience. They have fought back an alien force that seemed invincible, using old technology and sheer determination. The crew, battered and broken, may have lost many along the way, but they have proven that humanity is not so easily defeated. Final emotional moment: the camera slowly pans across the faces of the crew members, each of them processing the victory in their own way. Some are lost in thought, while others silently mourn their fallen friends. But all share a common understanding: they have survived the impossible, and they have earned the right to rebuild. The camera then focuses on Bonner's face. His eyes are distant as he gazes at the horizon, the ocean stretching endlessly before him. The loss of his team still haunts him, and for a brief moment, the weight of it all seems almost too much to bear. He whispers a quiet tribute to those he has lost: "You didn't die in vain." The words are soft, almost a prayer, as if he's speaking directly to the spirits of his fallen comrades. The camera lingers on Bonner for a moment longer, capturing the raw emotion in his eyes: grief, pride, and an unshakable sense of duty. He stands as a testament to the strength of humanity, a reminder that even in the face of insurmountable odds, people will always rise to defend their own. As Bonner turns to walk away, the crew follows him, each of them carrying the weight of their own losses. They've secured humanity's future for now, but they know that this victory is just the beginning. The aliens may have been pushed back, but there are many more battles to come. The true fight for Earth is far from over. The camera pulls back, showing the crew walking into the distance, a symbol of humanity's resilience, determination, and unbreakable spirit.